Okay, let's unpack this story. Imagine a kid who's, well, literally too big for the world around him, feeling like a total outsider,
Yeah.
only to grow into, I mean, one of the most beloved and impactful figures in this huge global entertainment phenomenon.
It's quite a journey.
It really is. Today, we're doing a deep dive into the extraordinary life of Paul Donald Wight II. You know him. Millions know him as The Big Show.
Mm-hmm.
And our mission here, really, is to pull out the insights from the giant within, the story of Big Show. We want to see how this, like, towering challenge became a towering strength.
And maybe uncover some of those surprising layers behind the world's largest athlete persona.
Exactly. But let's rewind way back to the beginning. From a really young age, Paul Wight's physical growth was just extraordinary. It set the stage for a life completely unlike, well, anyone else's.
Yeah, get this stat. By age 12, he was already 6'2",
12 years old.
and weighed over 220 pounds. I mean, just picture that.
Wow.
And the key insight here isn't just that he grew so fast, but, why? He was diagnosed with acromegaly.
Right, I've heard of that.
It's a pretty rare disorder where the body just produces way too much growth hormone. So that basically caused this unnatural pace of growth, as the source puts it.
So it wasn't just being big, it was a medical thing driving it.
Exactly. And that wasn't just a medical footnote, right? It was like the unseen force shaping his whole childhood. It led to this really deep emotional and social alienation.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
I mean, the source says he often sat out during schoolyard games, just struggled to fit in with kids who suddenly seemed, well, tiny compared to him.
But here's the interesting thing.
Yeah.
Even with that massive size and all the challenges it brought, Paul was apparently a good-natured, funny kid.
Mm-hmm.
And he had a real passion for sports, too. Played basketball, played football in high school.
And earned praise for his agility.
Which is just amazing, right, for someone that size. Agility.
Truly rare. But this brings up a really crucial point, doesn't it? Even with those talents, the way the outside world saw him, the stares, whispers, and isolation, it contributed to some deep self-esteem struggles. You can just imagine the emotional toll that takes on a kid.
Absolutely.
He briefly attended Northern Oklahoma Junior College for basketball, but then ended up doing odd jobs for a bit.
Like what kind of jobs?
Well, bouncing at clubs, working on boats, things like that.
Yeah.
It kind of highlights how he was still searching for his place,
Yeah.
in a world that really wasn't built for someone his size.
Makes sense.
And crucially, he did eventually have surgery to correct the acromegaly. That halted the unnatural growth.
Okay, so the growth stopped.
Physically, yes, but the emotional impact of those early years, that feeling of being different, you got to think that lingered.
For sure. So
Yeah.
his early life is marked by these really deep internal struggles, feeling out of place. But then, almost like fate, this pivotal chance meeting happens.
Right.
And it completely changes his path. Suddenly, the door opens to the wild, unpredictable world of professional wrestling.
Yeah, and zooming out a bit, this meeting led him to Hulk Hogan,
Hulkster himself.
who apparently saw something special in him. And that connection led to him signing with World Championship Wrestling, WCW.
Which was a huge deal back then, a major competitor to WWE.
Oh, absolutely. This was 1995. And his debut as the Giant, they even presented him as the son of Andre the Giant.
Ooh, really? That adds a whole layer of mystique right off the bat.
Instantly. To his already larger-than-life presence.
And what an impact. Winning the WCW World Heavyweight Championship against Hulk Hogan in his debut match.
I mean, that's almost unheard of.
It must have felt like he became an overnight sensation, just catapulted to stardom.
It really was a meteoric rise. But what's particularly striking, I think, is the contrast with what was going on behind the scenes.
Ah, okay. It wasn't all smooth sailing.
Not at all. The source mentions he battled imposter syndrome.
Makes sense being thrown in the deep end like that.
Exactly. And just the grueling demands of the business for someone so new. He was quite literally learning on the job under this incredibly intense spotlight.
Wow. Okay. So fast forward a few years. 1999, Paul Wight makes the jump to WWF, which we now know as WWE.
Right, the big competitor.
And he gets famously rebranded as The Big Show, which brought him an even larger platform, right? But also
larger expectations, for sure.
Yeah.
And he definitely faced some significant challenges in those early WWE years. It wasn't an easy transition.
Like what?
Well, the source details things like injuries, which are common in wrestling, but also frequent character changes.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Heel one week, face the next.
Exactly. From monster heel, the villain one week, to suddenly being a comedic baby face, the good guy people laugh with, the next, plus fluctuating storylines.
That must have been confusing for him and the audience.
It really raises a crucial point about how inconsistent direction can impact a performer, right?
Definitely.
But despite all that, he was still in high-profile feuds with legends like Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, The Undertaker, Triple H.
So the talent was clearly there. They knew they had something.
Oh, absolutely. It speaks to his inherent ability.
But that's a lot for anyone to navigate.
Yeah.
All those changes. And on top of the professional stuff, his weight also became a very public discussion.
Yeah, that was tough.
At times, it apparently ballooned to over 500 pounds. And he drew criticism for it from fans, even from people backstage.
And the intriguing part here is, Big Show admitted later on, that all those constant shifts in character, the lack of clear direction, plus his personal battles with his weight, it left him depressed.
Wow, he actually said that.
He did. He said he felt like a tool for entertainment rather than a respected athlete, which is heavy.
That's rough.
But here's the thing, a testament to his sheer will. He never gave up.
And his career through the 2000s, it continued to be a bit of a roller coaster, didn't it? But he certainly racked up the titles.
Oh, yeah. Multiple championships, WWE championship, Intercontinental, U.S. title, tag team titles.
When he was the first wrestler ever to hold the World Heavyweight Championships across WWE, WCW, and ECW.
That Grand Slam was unprecedented. Showed his incredible longevity and versatility in a business that just chews people up and spits them out.
Truly amazing.
And from a wider perspective, Paul's desire for some professional and personal stability really seemed to drive some significant changes in his life around this time.
How so?
He really dedicated himself to his health. You could see it. He trimmed down his weight quite a bit through rigorous boxing, swimming, and dieting.
Yeah, I remember seeing those transformation pictures. Very impressive.
Definitely.
But his talents weren't just in the ring, right?
Yeah.
He branched out. Ventured into acting.
Yeah, he popped up in movies like The Waterboy.
Oh, yeah. With Adam Sandler.
And Jingle All the Way. And he even got his own Netflix comedy series, The Big Show Show.
Which showed he had this natural charisma, good comedic timing.
Totally. And then by the 2010s, he'd really evolved within WWE. He became this respected locker room leader.
So more than just a performer.
Absolutely. He wasn't just a veteran. He was this figure who mentored younger talent, commanded respect backstage. He became like a foundational piece for the company.
Now, let's shift gears a bit because this feels like a crucial turning point in his personal story. Beyond the wrestling persona, Paul Wight was described as, a deeply thoughtful guy.
Known for his genuine kindness, his sense of humor. And what really stands out here is his philanthropy.
Tell us about that.
He was apparently often going out of his way for Make-A-Wish Foundation events, visiting children's hospitals, just bringing joy to a lot of kids.
That's fantastic.
And maybe even more significantly, he had the courage to open up about his own struggles with mental health.
In pro wrestling, that's a big deal.
It's huge. Helping reduce that stigma in such a, hypermasculine world, that's no small thing. Really important work.
Absolutely. And on a personal level, he found happiness too. Married Bess Catramatos in 2002, became a dedicated family man. You think about that lonely giant kid, now having a family of his own. Something the source says he cherished more than any title or fame.
A really nice full circle element to his story.
Definitely. Then 2021 rolls around and comes what was, for many fans, a truly shocking decision.
Oh, yeah.
After more than 2 decades with WWE, Big Show leaves and signs with All Elite Wrestling, AEW, using his real name, Paul Wight.
Big news in the wrestling world at the time.
Huge. So the question becomes, what drove that move after being with WWE for so long?
Well, the source suggests it was a desire for more creative freedom and the chance to explore new roles. Things like commentary, mentoring the younger talent there, doing limited in-ring stuff, but more on his own terms.
So a chance to reinvent himself again, in a way.
Exactly. And that move really reignited the spark in fans. People were eager to see what he'd do in this fresh environment.
And even though he wasn't maybe in his physical prime for wrestling full-time anymore, his presence alone still commanded immediate attention whenever he showed up.
Oh, absolutely. That size, that history.
Yeah.
You can't ignore it.
So zooming out now, looking at the whole picture, Paul Wight really stands as one of the most respected figures in wrestling.
Definitely. And not just for his size, but for his incredible adaptability. I mean, think about it. He played everything from that terrifying monster heel
Right.
to a lovable comedic hero type.
Yeah.
His ability to reinvent himself, to bounce back from setbacks, that's earned him huge admiration.
Yeah, true resilience.
And he's used his story, this remarkable journey, to inspire others, showing that even when life gives you something like a body that feels like a burden, it can actually become your greatest strength.
That's powerful.
The big takeaway here, the lesson, is that success isn't always about fitting in. Sometimes it's about standing tall, in every sense of the word.
So what does all this mean for you listening right now? Paul Wright's journey, it really illustrates this incredible transformation, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
From that alienated kid battling a unique physical challenge to this beloved legend, respected for his resilience, his adaptability.
And his success, it's measured not just in championship belts, right? It's measured in overcoming pain, in bringing smiles to faces, and in turning struggle into strength.
Well said.
Whether you knew him as the Giant or Big Show or Paul Wight, he's truly more than just the biggest man in the ring. He's one of the biggest hearts in wrestling history.
So here's a thought to leave you with. What burden or maybe unique challenge in your own life might, with some resilience, maybe a shift in perspective, actually be your greatest, most unexpected strength just waiting to be unleashed?